I don't even know how this is gonna start with a video. Honestly, I feel like I gotta make something
for the beginning.
Yeah, I gotta make there's an intro for the worst takes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we don't really have an intro for this.
We don't have an intro. Yeah. Oh my god!
Oh,
Big
shit.
bullshit! Fuck! It's podcast time,
baby.
with Josh
and Sarah.
Oh my god!
What? That was a minor second for everybody. Enjoy that. It's not enjoyable. This is the joke.
Sorry, we're not talking about music today.
Yes, we are.
We are actually talking about music.
Yeah, we fucking are.
I forgot that technically we are. Even though we're taking a break from AJR.
This is true. We're not doing AJR this week because Sarah, your mama Sarah can't handle it.
Can't handle this right now.
Mommy Sarah can't handle this.
We want to have fun.
We want to have fun.
This is our fucking show.
So instead, we decided to watch the most depressing
stand-up special
I've ever seen in my life.
And then Bo Burnham's inside.
Yeah. I like that. I like that joke because it implies that we believe in the character that Tim Heidecker is putting forward. Like
I do believe in that character.
Tim Heidecker just really fell off comedy.
God,
he forgot how to do it.
Can't make a good joke to save his ass. I think that's the intro.
So, okay. Welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to
the podcast.
We'll Save This Relationship. A podcast. We'll Save This Relationship.
I was just going to say the podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, there's 15 million podcasts. I think we gotta...
The one
and only podcast?
There's one.
This is the only one. This is the only podcast that's ever exists.
Yeah.
We're stealing the joke from Even More News, where they're the only news podcast.
Or Drew Gooden, where it's the only
YouTube channel
ever.
There's no such thing as an original joke these days.
There's 7 billion people on the planet. We've all thought the same thing.
We as per usual, we're sticking to doing podcasts well after our primary time to entertain people.
Yeah, we just tire ourselves out all day, and then we just sit around and we talk about it, huh?
Yeah, we do. We are the most tired podcast.
My cat's sitting in my lap if you see her at the bottom of the screen. But now she's out of frame. She's like perfectly in and out of frame.
Hell yeah. So you can get cat cam.
Cat cam.
How you doing today, Sarah?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a very productive day.
We did, yeah.
Holy shit.
Before we talk about the art that we're critiquing today, we got up at 11. We got Leolo his shots.
Yeah, we got Leolo his shots, so he's gonna come and meet the cats and everything.
Next week, yeah.
Because we're moving in together on... Have we said that on this podcast, that we're moving in together?
Not yet.
Wow.
Well, yeah, we're moving in like 3 months or some shit.
Yeah, like 3 months. 4 months.
4 months?
I think it's 4 months.
It's June.
July,
August, September, October. Yeah, 4 months.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, it's September.
Oh, 3 months then.
Yeah.
Don't fucking trick me out. Oops. I was right in the beginning.
I was wrong. Shit.
Fucking bitch. And this is why we're moving in. This is the final episode of
Podcast will Save This Relationship. Newsflash, it didn't. I think like a fucking... I mean, of course...
We say it every week, yeah.
That's the joke, you know, I guess.
Will they, won't they break up?
Will they, won't they break up?
The opposite of Jim and Pam.
Or fucking Rachel and Ross. It's like, ooh, I don't know.
Oh, God.
Well, when are they going to finally...
When are they
gonna break?
When are they finally gonna get fucking sick of each other's bullshit like the rest of us?
Yeah, when are they gonna join the rest of our
be depressed every day for the rest of their life? I don't even know how to be. We're doing good. We've had a nice productive day.
Yeah, we had a great day,
and we want to talk about 2 different comedy specials that are very similar.
Yeah,
for very different reasons.
And you know, this is interesting because before we decided to do this idea, I wanted to just I thought we were going back to the, where you bring up a topic and I bring up a topic. Remember that? Remember when we did that? And now we do like themed episodes and we don't do that shit anymore.
No, fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that gay shit.
Yeah, we gotta prepare for the podcast now.
Yeah, we do.
By watching things.
Because we
do it for the other one. We gotta do it for this one. I want this. Maybe. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either.
It's like a test that says I might have Asperger's.
Yeah, same. I took a test. I got a 33 on the autism scale, whatever it's called. and that's apparently in moderate to severe autism.
I got like a 25, which is
Josh got a 25.
few to moderate.
Fucker.
It's on the few side, but
yeah,
I can't make eye contact with people.
We lean towards autism more than we.
That's our political affiliation. We lean autistic.
We lean autistically.
But no, we
watched these two specials. But I watched the Bo Burnham special. We watched the Tim Heidecker special, An Evening with Tim
Heidecker, and Bo Burnham's Inside. Back to back.
Yes, we watched them back to back, which is wild.
Before we even talk, I recommend.
It was kind of good.
It's kind of a good combo.
There's
in a very weird sadistic way.
Yeah, it's very strange. But I saw Bo Burnham's Inside before this, and this is the second time I've seen it. And I wanted to, for my topic, just be like, I wanted to bring up the philosophical topic of creating art.
Really?
Yeah, like I wanted to talk about, the creative process.
Interesting. Okay. Which I think we're still going to probably talk about. I feel like it's not. Yeah.
It's integral. I didn't realize it on the first watching, but on the second watching, we kind of realized that
there's a lot of that heavy messaging in Bo Burnham's Inside.
Yeah.
And Tim Heidecker's.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Honestly, any creation is kind of about the very creation.
Well, yeah, everything is about art and nothing's about every art is about art.
Very deeply into
it's very meta. Yeah.
But I mean, this Bo Burnham's is extremely meta. Tim Heidecker is a little bit, but they wink towards it.
It's a clever satire of the genre. While Bo Burnham's is a very subversive take.
Yeah.
Which is I don't even can we okay so
let's do Tim Heidecker first because I feel like we're going to talk about Bo Burnham's like.
We're going to talk about Bo Burnham for 5 hours.
Long,
yeah. We spent 45 minutes after the end of watching it today talking
just
without even in the microphone. Just like,
yeah. And then Josh was like, wow, Sarah.
It's 12 o'clock. We got
Jesus Christ.
We got a fucking deadline to hit.
Hey, Sarah, we got to make some content. And then he took out a whip and he just fucking.
Ironically, Sarah, why did you have a really good impression of a whip considering the fact that I've never whipped? Have you done some whipping?
I grew up in Georgia.
Fucking racist. So Tim Heidecker's special is a satirical spoof on the likes of David Spade, Rob Schneider, Adam Sandberg, any comedian that is older.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Carolla.
Yeah. Not Adam Sandberg. Adam Sandberg's
Andy Samberg is he's cool. Yeah. He's a hip millennial. He's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very tongue-in-cheek specific way to make fun of literally every old comedian.
Yeah. It's kind of the best.
It's magical.
It's really just entertaining. I don't know what it is.
It's very.
Do we describe his jokes? We have to, right?
We have to. Spoilers. Go watch it if you don't want to spoil it. Yeah. It's very brave to start your hour-long special with 5 minutes of setting the mic.
Yeah.
Which saying that out loud
is like, why the fuck do you guys like this?
It's very funny to me that's how the only way to really explain it without giving away
is like. I mean, I don't think it's 5 minutes exactly.
It's like 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes and then a 2-minute rant about how everyone sucks at the place.
Yeah. So like he comes out and he fumbles with the mic. Like he immediately hits the mic. Mic almost falls off the stage. He accidentally pushes the mic off the stage.
And then bitches at the audience for trying to help him.
Yeah, he's like, don't fucking touch it.
Fucking touch it.
And then he pulls. So it's just like immediately cementing that this guy's a fucking asshole.
But also
doesn't know what he's doing.
And doesn't know what he's doing. It's really like trying to. It's like watching a poor animal just like try to do something. It's you're trying. It really sets the tone of like pity for the guy.
Well,
the character.
Yeah. I think what it is, it's multiple things at play, which is, it's just good storytelling because you immediately know what this character is and who he is.
You know that he's a buffoon. He's a buffoon. He's inept at
and he's a
anything.
Dick.
And he's a dick. It's very it's interesting because there's the lore of this character is that they've been doing comedy for 10 years. I want to say that Tim Heidecker's been doing comedy for way longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say that it's supposed to be an eye-opening thing for the audience that 10 years a comedian has performed and doesn't know how to use a mic stand.
Yeah, I assume because he has like so many people doing it for him now.
Yeah, and the one time he doesn't, he
doesn't
fucks
do
up.
that, and it's during his special, which makes him look like ill-prepared.
Yeah,
which is very funny, or like he just wasn't paying attention during rehearsal or something.
And the only person he blames is not him.
Yeah, is everybody else.
It's everybody else's problem but mine.
And then the music keeps going after he's like stopped the music, which implies that the studio itself is also like the people that he brought with him are just shitty too.
Are inept, yeah.
Or they don't like him,
or they don't like him. They just want to fuck with him.
Yeah, they want to fuck with him.
Because like literally, he runs off stage
to yell at the guy,
yell at the people backstage, and then
just stop the fucking music. Stop the fucking music. It's so funny. And then he comes back and he's like, this whole place is a setup.
This whole place is a fucking setup. And the point that I watched you die the first time we watched it was when he said it was a Guitar Center mic stand.
Yeah. It's got this fucking joke. This Guitar Center mic stand. It's so funny to me. I don't know why. It's just, I love it when comedians dunk on Guitar Center. I love it. I love it so much. I love it when Eugene Merman said he went to fucking Guitar Center in Orlando and they were like, hey man, you fucking, who are you? Eugene Merman or something? And you know.
Did they guess that it was Eugene Merman without knowing?
Oh. They Tony Hawked him basically.
Oh shit.
Where they just didn't recognize him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Or fucking.
Do we have to go? Are we gonna watch another comedy special when we're done with this?
He went to somewhere. He was like in a Guitar Center, and Eugene Merman asked if there was any good places around Orlando to go because he was in Orlando for a show.
Yeah.
And the guy at Guitar Center goes, "Man, I don't know, like Sears." And I'm gonna be honest, we've been living here for so long. I don't know where a fucking Sears is. I've never been to a Sears.
I think there's one in the Florida Mall, and that's it.
I think there's just one.
There's the one. So
Although I think this was like 15 years ago, where there must have been like Sears on every corner. Or something.
For sure. Yeah,
I don't know. When the world was populated with just Sears.
And then Jeff Bezos came in and killed him. Which we're gonna talk about Jeff Bezos later. I didn't fucking realize I was gonna.
Yeah. I'm so glad you explained that joke to me because now that's so fucking funny. Bo Burnham's joke about Jeff Bezos. Holy shit. You did it!
You did it. Okay, but before we get to Bo Burnham's, we gotta talk about how Tim Heidecker is similar.
Heidecker it sucks that we kind of watched Bo Burnham after that because Tim Heidecker special is
forgettable. In a great way. It's not forgettable because I remember very specific lines. And
we say them all the time.
And we say them all the time.
But it's just not.
It doesn't have the same because it's very bone dry.
Because it has to be the stand up. You walk up and you have a microphone and you have a stool and you have a bottle of water
and you talk.
And Bo Burnham's is so not that.
That it's very
easy to stick in your mind and think about forever.
But I like that. But I like the Tim Heidecker thing because it is so bare bones. It's literally just a stage, and because it fits for what his purpose of dissecting comedy is in that scenario.
Right. He did a very hard thing, and he did it very simply. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
He just described the aesthetic of a person and how shitty they fucking are, and why everybody doesn't like them.
Yes.
Especially because it's a type of person like a Rob Schneider, where he's like, why doesn't anybody like me? And Tim Heidecker's like, I'll show you why nobody likes you because you look like this.
Yeah, you know,
and that's pretty great.
Yeah, it's a very like specific laser focus on the idea of stand-up comedy itself, and it's beautiful. It's yeah. That
sort of like, and I asked Josh in the car, I was like, oh, do you think you could watch a stand-up special, just like a normal, like a literal stand-up special where the guy's fucking standing up with a microphone and a thing? And we both said no.
The reason why, though, because I think both of these specials had a kind of, there are two different ways in kind of ruining stand-up comedy. These are the two specials that ruined stand-up comedy. Clickbait title.
Well, I think it's the growing cynicism with Gen Z as well.
Yeah, for sure. That's
or just
part of
young people in general. It doesn't need to be a generational
yes, but
thing.
something needs to kickstart a cynicism like this, especially towards a very niche thing like stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy is a very big thing. Obviously, it's a very it's a staple of the last like 20 years, and even before then, you know, like it's been a very specific media thing. It's been part of the daily diet. Part of what's killing stand-up comedy now, these two specials killed it for me. Yeah. That's the personal connection I feel with this.
Yeah.
But Sarah has, you've made some good points about how, like, if you just want to hear someone talk, you'd open up a podcast or a YouTube video.
Yeah, absolutely.
The idea of prepared material seems so quaint right now, especially in COVID times too.
Well, I mean, and that's just something that has been across all different forms of art has become the most popular. It's not the preparedness, it's the authenticity.
Yes.
And that's why Bo Burnham has done so well. He's being so very authentically himself that it's debilitating to him. But then also, I mean, honestly though, I feel like if he didn't make that special, he would have done whatever he did mentally anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm just glad that he made a piece of art, but I also hope to God he gets help.
Yeah, Bo Burnham, get help.
You need to get help, man.
Please.
You need to like go into therapy. You need mental. Like,
we also have Lumix cameras. You have to listen to us.
Yeah, it's true. We had the same type of cameras. Not the exact same, but
yeah, I don't have enough money for 6K resolution.
Film camera. This is crazy.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. But no, it was dope to see that.
I think it's very, it's speaking on the authenticity that you're talking about, even though Tim Heidecker comes off inauthentic, I think the criticism,
very prepared.
He's very prepared. It's a very concise, he knows what he's doing going on. I think what makes it authentic, quote unquote, is the critique. I feel like that he feels very strongly about his hatred towards comedians, and he's willing to
pure emotion,
and he's willing to make a literal special, hire people, perform it in front of an audience to tell people
without like telling them that it's
what this is gonna be
a bit. It's they think they're gonna see Tim Heidecker do a special, and he walks out. Presumably because he's, this must have come out from like him just like getting high or getting drunk and being like, what if I was like a Rob Schneider, because I'm 40 or I'm this, whatever, I'm an aging comedian. What if I had a different turn in my life to where I became the Rob Schneider, Adam Sandler, jerk off friend?
Well, I think he focuses a lot on a lot of these societal things that go on, because he doesn't just do this bit. I've seen bits and pieces of what Tim Heidecker has worked on in the past couple years.
Yeah.
He's into digital media. Obviously, he has a whole entire YouTube show about movie reviews.
Yeah.
But like he talks about he's been talking about he's having a new special come out in like 2 months or this month about like religious evangelicals.
Yeah.
He ran for mayor. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
He made a documentary about him being a politician running for mayor.
Okay, interesting.
Just because he had a pet, I don't know the exact details about it, but like he just hated the one mayor and like decided to go he decided, and he made a whole documentary about it, and it's part of his like on cinema thing.
Wow,
he's been doing a lot of like subversive shit in the background, just for his own sake.
That is very interesting. Yeah,
which I kind of want to do a deep dive of Tim Heidecker's, despite his shitty fucking music taste.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, damn, fuck.
Hey, he doesn't like death grips. Fuck him.
Yeah, well, he's just old.
He's an old man.
He's just an old
ironically.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just the only way. That's alternatively, it's kind of similar to Bo. This I think is the only way that he can come out and do material about his life
and critique.
I mean, I don't think any of the material was really about his wife. I'm sure he's still married.
Oh
and
no,
loves
of course,
his wife
it's very the character hates his wife.
Yeah, fucking. But like, I think this is the only, like, when you grow older, you start thinking like, man, I just want to crack a Corona at 9 a.m. on a Saturday, unless, probably not. Probably like, 3 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm an alcoholic too. But who knows? Like, oh man, I just want to have a beer with the boys. And you want to make jokes about that, but it's been so damn done to death. And we're in this sort of like wokish world now.
Yeah,
which is
we
good,
know everything. Yeah,
but you can't like make that joke even if you are an established comedian and you feel like you're entitled to that
for
joke,
sure.
because it's just not going to land with the new, with a kid's crowd. Which Tim Heidecker is in a rough spot because his audience is continuously young. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the people that grew up with Tim and Eric are still there, but then it's also like kids growing up and liking that sort of irreverent humor, because that's becoming more of a thing with Gen Z, finding Tim and Eric and being like, oh, it's the free real estate guy.
Yeah, because Tim and Eric have been a staple in meme culture.
Yeah. Well, and they're like they
have so many quotable things. You can think of like the meme of Paul Rudd doing the dance on the computer, and it's like Zane, something like that.
Yeah, whatever that shit is.
Yeah. Which is like
somebody gave me that emoji at work one time. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Like, I knew the meme, but I was like,
why are you sending it to me?
Why is this emoji why did you emoji my post? I was like, good night, everybody. And then I emojied it with the Zane guy.
Yeah, Paul Rudd dancing. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It's very and it's interesting. So and you're talking about the this is the main way that Tim Heidecker knows how to get to, if no one else, his age group. Yeah. His and also eventually Gen Z, because they're gonna be like, oh, I like Tim Heidecker.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this
thing.
Yeah.
And he critiques a form of comedy, that is.
It's like it's growing into the guy that is I just want to grill.
Yeah, I just want to grill, but also like
pro Donald Trump.
Is pro Donald Trump and like hates his wife.
Yeah, it's just an idiot
and hates the audience.
Yeah, and thinks he's entitled to money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and is entitled to every joke needs a standing ovation or a laugh. There's a point where there's a lot of jokes in the special where he basically tells the audience just to laugh. Yeah, and also bitches at the audience when they don't laugh.
Yeah, he says, "I tell a joke, you," and the audience goes, "Laugh."
Yeah, and it's
they say the word laugh. They don't laugh. Yeah. They all say the word laugh.
And then immediately Tim Heidecker like, thank you.
Thank you. Or he does one thing. He does this opera bit, which is made for me. It's a joke written for Sarah.
Yeah, the opera bit's probably the funniest, the cream of the crop when it comes.
It's not the funniest joke. The funniest joke is the no salt chips. No bullshit one. So he asks, first I'm going to do that one because that one's my favorite. He goes, so he asks the audience, an audience member, if she has a New Year's resolution. She says she wants to get a new job. He does a stupid little bit where he asks her what her job is. She says a 5th grade teacher. He goes, you could be a 6th grade teacher.
And that's probably got the most laugh of anything in the night, because that was
somebody
the one.
Went like, woo, but it was almost like, good job, you got one. It was like kind of like that.
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah.
Like he did it. That was off the cuff. You know?
No, it was comedy without a net. It was unnetted.
God damn it! You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it, guys.
Gotta watch it. Go watch it,
you
please.
Gotta fucking watch
Holy
it.
Shit!
But he says, "I got a New Year's resolution, and it's kind of controversial." It's what I like to call no more bullshit.
Yeah, you know what?
And the audience goes, ooh, like, oh shit.
And the first example that really gets us with he gives a couple examples, and then my wife brought home no salt chips. Fuck you, no more bullshit.
But he says it with the emotion
and anger of like
he almost is crying. Like he's just like, my wife brought home no salt chips. Fuck you, no more bullshit.
Yeah,
and he's just like almost crying that he doesn't have salt on his chip.
It's so
good. But I also want to go back. The audience like oohs him, but it's like you're listening to a toddler that you're babysitting telling you a story.
Yeah.
And they're just like, and then the dinosaur walked in and you're like, oh, yeah, very nice.
Much like, it's a very, there's so much pity from the audience. I love it. And I can't tell what's real and what's fake. That's actually a very interesting.
I think that's what we like, man. I think that we just like not knowing shit.
Yeah. And that's a comparison I think I can make between both Bo Burnham and Tim Heidecker. Is a very,
like, we don't know,
a gray area of actual, like, what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
And how much are we actually being told right now?
Yeah.
It's very, it's very I love it.
Yeah, it's just great. I honestly, I think personally for me, if I'm going to get real deep here, for a moment. I think it's a want for me to not know what's going on.
Really?
Yeah, because as a child, I looked at the world and didn't know what was going on, but I felt like other people knew what to do. And now as an adult, I feel like nobody knows what to do. And I walk outside and I judge people because I'm in my early 20s and I'm like, you could have just picked up the kumquat with your hands or like something crazy like that. And they're just like, but I can't pick up the kumquat with my elbows. I'm like, just fucking use your hands. And I just, I want Tim Heidecker to show up and be like, I'm carrying around a kumquat with my elbows. I'm like, I don't even know if he's joking or not. And I love that because I don't want to think hard about somebody picking up a kumquat with their elbows. You know what I mean? I don't want to think about it. I'm like, I know I would do the hands. And everybody around me is saying that they would do the hands because they're laughing with me. Yeah. So the world is right. The world is correct. And I love that it's a joke about like
holding kumquat with your elbow. Your uncle.
He's your uncle, It's your uncle that has the weird political views.
But tries to joke with you.
Yeah, tries to joke
about flying and
about like getting on an airplane or just like,
going to the bank.
the
without even saying the joke.
Bank. I'd like to open an account, a savings account. It's like just mildly funny jokes, but it's a guy that thinks he's in the top 5 comedians in the country.
10, he got listed as the top. Top 5. Right, yeah. You knew. I thought it was gonna be top 10, but no.
From Comedy Magazine.
From a comedy magazine.
No, it's called Comedy Magazine. Is what Tim Heidecker says from Comedy Magazine.
I swear to God, he says a comedy magazine.
No, I think he does.
I think no, because
magazine.
he wants to keep it ambiguous because he never did.
Right.
But if you just say a comedy magazine, no one's gonna look up which magazine it was. So you just kind of have to believe.
I thought it was just like a throw off to like just generic comedy magazine, quote unquote.
I don't know. I'm actually curious now. I would have to rewatch it.
I don't think it's really that important, honestly.
Probably isn't.
Yeah.
No, every single detail of every single special has to be important.
Absolutely.
I'm a media analyst.
Yeah. Oh my God. And,
this is a video essay on why Tim Heidecker said that it was a comedy magazine and not the comedy magazine. Starring me. 2-hour-long video.
2-hour-long video about that shit. I don't know. I love Tim Heidecker's special because it's wonderful.
It's a beautiful hate letter.
We didn't say the opera thing. So he says,
oh yeah, the opera. Sorry.
So he's like, so my wife's birthday was recently. No, he does this bit about head meds. He says, no more bullshit. No
you
more
people on your head meds? No more bullshit. Get better or some shit like that.
Yeah, he like makes fun of them. He's like, oh, who is here on head meds? And then like a lot of people clap, meaning like antidepressants or something. And he goes, oh, are you sad? Oh, I'm so sorry for you. Tired of your bullshit.
No more bullshit.
No more bullshit.
And then says that his
wife is on head meds. It's like the contrast, the connections. It's so funny.
And then immediately goes into the opera bit. So the wife wants to go to the opera, and he goes, ugh,
Yeah. She goes, I want to go to the opera. Like he does this really terrible, awful caricature.
I want to go to the opera.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what it was. And then he goes to the opera. There's this guy on stage going, la 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 la,
and then
for an hour. And he really is like, I mean, this is like a 4 or 5 hour like opera, which is the point where I'm dead. Because that's a joke that's written for just me. Like I think the when we watched it with you, when we watched it, it's just us two. But when I watched it with you, the first time you were just like, yep. Yeah, it's weird. And I'm just dying because I'm just like, fucking all operas are fucking long as shit, dude. What the fuck? It's so funny.
What are you expecting?
To have a guy being like, fucking what is it, the opera?
So then he
goes, shut the fuck up.
I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
And then he says that needs to be a standing
usually
O.
That's standing up, but it's an early crowd. It's fine. You'll work up to it.
You'll work up to it.
And then I can't tell if in the lore of the special, if that was going to be the end of the joke and then he decided to continue, or if he did continue the joke because he knows the second time around, normally it would still get the same applause.
I think he planned it out to be twice.
Really?
Because he knew that it's not funny. I think he knows that what he's saying isn't funny. You know what I mean?
Like Tim Heidecker, the character?
Tim Heidecker, the person, knows that it's...
Well, yeah, no.
But
Tim
in the
Heidecker,
lore...
In the lore.
No, yeah. Like, I think he just was like...
Yeah, That's
I need to continue.
It's very interesting in the lore is how his improv.
Yeah.
how he tries to, like, patch things up and, like...
Yeah.
What is it? Like,
actually, no, because I don't think he would be able to make that up that quick because he seems very assured of himself. You know what I mean?
But he repeats the joke.
Yeah, that's the point, I think, is that he thinks it's going to be a tiered joke that gets funnier and funnier each time.
You say it.
But it's the same joke.
Yeah.
Like the fucking, you know how like anti-trans people are always saying the attack helicopter joke?
Oh, true, yeah.
Over and over and over again. They don't realize it's the same joke.
But they think it's funnier the more they say it because they're fucking morons.
Because they're just dumbasses. It's like that, where he's just saying the same joke over and over. It's like a comedy critique of those guys that do that shit.
Yeah,
it's the same fucking thing.
I can feel. I can.
Have you ever seen one of those? I think there was one guy that had like, he was fucking annoying as shit. I know somebody loves him for sure, but like, he had like
Dane Cook.
No,
I don't know. That's the first one I think of whenever I say. Remember
I'm
when
sure
people
Dane
liked...
Cook does that though. Like
for sure, yeah.
But it's just some guy that he had like audio, like a soundboard with him, and he did this like joke about going to a nightclub, and he did all the sounds with it, and everybody was fucking dying because he was just like boots and cats, and then I walk up to this girl and she's like and you know, and he does like a, you know, whatever, but then he like does it like it's Simon Says, where you have to do all the sounds one after the other, and so then he starts over again and does all the sounds, and everybody's like, oh my god, this is hilarious. And I remember watching that when I was like 14 and being like, I'm gonna turn this off. Like, this is so fucking unfunny.
Can I ask you something? Because it actually reminds me of a James Acaster joke. Because we watched, I think we both watched the. No, I've shown you a clip of. There's the Kettering Town SC song. Does that get funnier because he just keeps repeating it and taking off the word? Is taking off the letter what makes it funny, or?
I think it's the.
Is it the move? Is it just him losing breath at the song?
I think it's that. I think it's his commitment to that joke. Okay. It's a more cerebral, like British surrealist joke, because it's just like imagining the broy guy doing that, going so far as to get every letter off the thing. You know, because like some British comedy, I think, is a little different than American comedy. Where, like,
for sure.
The guy talking about the club is just. What happens at the club? Like, you hit on the girl and she's like, oh my god, shut up, and then like that's it. And the joke is that he has all these sounds on his soundboard. Yeah, true. The joke is that he prepared for his show. Like, that's fucking stupid. But James Acaster prepared so hard for that so that he could take something from his childhood, fit it into a box, and then tell a bunch of strangers, what if this happened? Which is so true. James Acaster. Yeah. You know? Fuck. Like, I think that would be funny. Do you guys think it's funny? And people were like, yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fair. You know what I mean? I don't think it's just like repeating the same joke to death all the time. You can definitely repeat a joke. Like, I know Pete Holmes does that a lot, where he'll do a joke and he'll just lay in it for a long time. Oh, shit. Like, I saw a live taping of one of his really, really old jokes where, oh shit, you know, he was saying like being an adult is fucking awesome and being a kid fucking sucks, even though everybody like wants to be a kid again. Yeah. Some stupid shit. Like, no, you fucking don't. It's like, when you're a kid, you have to like walk with your adult around and they have to supervise you. Like, you see kids with their parents and the parents dragging the kid behind him, and the kid's like, Mom, I lost my hat. And the mom's like, Dylan, your hat is gone, Dylan. And he does this bit where he just says Dylan over and over again because of the way he says it. The audience is just dying. Okay. All right, that makes sense. That's completely fair. Yeah. Yeah. But then fucking Pete Holmes is like, but I'm an adult. I have my own fucking money. I'll buy 10 fucking hats. Fuck you, kid. Fuck you. It's the funniest fucking thing.
Okay, that's fair.
I used to be a huge Pete Holmes fan, man.
Yeah.
He's great.
Is this the Pete Holmes podcast now?
Yeah.
Pete Holmes cast?
Pete Holmes cast.
The Pete's cast. Fucking.
I just like comics who yell at me. I don't know why.
You have a yelling
Eugene
fetish?
Merman yells at you. Because he tells a story about a guy.
Do you just hear a loud sound and you're like funny?
I think so. And I think it's from trauma. I just did it. I'm a child.
Got her. Hold on. You got this bitch.
I got this bitch. Fucking.
I almost spilled water on myself, and that's a good enough penance for me.
Because you fucking deserve it, yeah. But last bit before we type the Tim Heidecker and go into Bo Burnham.
Yeah, what's the last bit?
Fucking Eugene Merman has this joke where he meets this guy. He meets this guy at a fucking like, you know, those like old
Guitar Center in Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just retell the Guitar Center Orlando story. But no, like he goes to one of those like old timey like staging towns.
Yeah.
You know, like Jamestown or something.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
One of them. I don't know. But he goes to one of them and he meets some guy and he goes, "What's your name, young man?" Because he like wants to get to know him. And Eugene goes, "Eugene." He's like, "And what's your last name?" And he goes, "Merman." And the guy goes, "Merman, man of the sea." Fucking kills me every single time. I don't know why. I like loud sounds because I'm a fucking baby. My favorite part of the Bo Burnham special when he goes, "You're
not wrong." Yeah, wow.
He was.
Is that why you laughed really hard when Tim Heidecker said, "Shut the fuck up"?
Yeah. And fuck you, no more bullshit. It's only because he's yelling. If he said it quietly, I wouldn't have yelled. I wouldn't have laughed.
God. All right, Lele Pons, calm down.
Yeah, I just like it when people scream at me.
I'm joking. Lele Pons is fucking trash.
Yeah.
I hate women. Don't know why that was the bar I wanted to connect. Now what you do in that joke is you look into that camera.
Let me jim the camera right now. But I'm jimming my own camera because I respect your fucking boundary.
That's how you save a bit, Sarah.
That's how you save a bit.
Yeah, you can't wait for when we pop off and people take that clip of me saying I hate women out of context.
Bro, I did I mimed whipping somebody in this podcast.
Jesus, we're awful
because
people.
I thought about the work phrase when you whip somebody, but now I'm realizing that phrase probably should not be used.
Yeah, it comes from a pretty specific. Yeah, you're right. Actually, now that it's wow, we have changed in the past year, haven't we?
I know, right? Fuck.
It's like a pandemic to give a shit.
And I mean, I only realized it during the time where I was speaking into a microphone and being recorded on fucking camera.
Yeah, doesn't it suck that you get that sometimes you just realize shit in the middle of
what you're saying and
ironically
doing?
That's what Bo Burnham did, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
How do you want to tie up a time?
Let me apologize for 30 minutes ago.
I apologize for like 40 minutes ago. Yeah,
like, the shitty. I didn't
5 minutes ago.
I'm sorry.
I don't hate all women, just like 90%. 89.
You haven't met 90% of women.
Yeah, that's why.
You met like 3 types of women.
Ironically, I do hate 90% of men, but no one really seems to.
Nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares about that part.
Well, that's everybody does that.
Am I right?
Yeah, am I right, ladies?
But yeah, so Tim Heidecker's special is great.
Yeah, Tim Heidecker's special is fucking awesome.
And
it's like at some point it just turns into a boring conversation with your uncle where he just starts going off on like, so do a lot of E-Trade, you know, like some stupid shit.
There's a lot of like
he's just talking
and it seems like he's getting paid to like spout these things.
Talk about these fucking like
E-Trade,
ads.
Corona, fucking.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it.
I wonder if that's a part of it, if that's like the only money he can get, or if like advertisers have been like, hey, we know your demographic. We think they might like E-Trade and Corona.
I think that's what it's meant to look like.
Yeah.
But I don't think that really truly lands that well.
Yeah, true.
If that's
it could just be him just lasting. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like some guy is just saying weird, like how your uncle kind of, your uncle will say like some sort of like weird proper name
a lot
about something
over and over.
lot,
yeah,
because he's obsessed with it. And it's like, oh my god, dude, stop fucking talking about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel that.
It's just like, why can't you just talk about
it one and go and move on with it?
Yeah.
Do you think he talks about E-Trade a lot? If it's not the ad thing, just because he's trying to figure out the joke?
Like, what do you mean?
Because there's points in this, because the big bit of the special is the comedy without a net thing, where
at the
like
beginning,
yeah, and then he has to keep going back. He literally puts his cue cards
he
on
like pretends to hypnotize everybody
just so he can read the cue cards, and he still has to go back to it. It's good,
which is just like a wildly delusional thing, because he tells everybody to close their eyes. Obviously people are not closing their eyes, but then he
can see.
So I don't know if the character actually believes if he's hypnotized these people or not.
No, I don't think so, because he doesn't say what they're gonna do. He just he knows he's trying to distract them.
But is he smart? Is the character smart enough to know how to do hypnosis?
No.
Right.
But I feel like it's a last ditch resort, because he can't even say the word hypnotist. I can't say it first time.
Yeah,
right?
it's literally that. Where it's each time he has to fuck up.
That's why I think it's a last ditch effort to
maybe
distract the audience.
But then in reality, he doesn't really care, because he just goes right back to it while their eyes are open. Like, he just doesn't.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He doesn't really give a shit.
He also just gives up. That's why I think like there's an element of like he knows that he's washed up, and
I think that's absolutely an element of
which
it.
is like
he's just doing this for money. At this point.
Clinging onto relevance as much as he can.
Yeah.
Trying to reclaim whatever fame and fortune he had.
They're just doing a shitty special for money.
Yeah, exactly.
And like trying to make it seem like good, so people will watch it.
There's very like specific times where like he keeps going back to there's a bit where he talks about movie theater, and he goes back just to read the movie he saw.
Yeah, so like he'll fuck up and
he'll just walk right back. He has like the stool behind him with the water bottle, and he just fiddles with the water bottle as he reads.
Yeah, so like he says this thing about like,
going to the movies.
He likes Coke. Sorry. And he says it, but some people like Pepsi. What?
I love the mannerisms he has. Okay, the facial expressions and the mannerisms he has in the special is fucking awesome, and I'm not even gonna attempt to recreate them.
Fucking beautiful. Nobody can make those faces.
But the one I love the most is every single time he does the Chappelle thing where he hits his fucking microphone against his leg.
Yes, that's so true.
I love
where
that.
He's so upset.
He's just like,
oh yeah,
yeah, just.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's beautiful.
It is gorgeous. But so the joke is he
wanted to go see a movie, and the bitch behind the counter. Is Pepsi okay?
She goes, is Pepsi okay? And then he says, if I wanted a Coke, and he goes, fuck, walks off stage.
And repeats that for like 3 or 4 times, and it's beautiful.
But he's yelled so much at the audience at this point that they're just laughing at the beginning of the joke.
Yeah.
So then he's like, guys, it's not going to cut. What's funny about that?
Let's get the joke out. I want to see the new Batman movie.
Let's all laugh.
Yeah.
And he thinks that they're laughing at because they think
it's funny.
It's funny that he went to see the Batman movie. Which is so fucking funny, just in it.
Sad. It's just
surreal. Nobody would ever think that. But this guy's such a dumbass.
Yeah, right.
And somehow he's top 5 from Comedy Magazine.
a statistic he made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For this character.
Yeah, which is no, the character made up for the character.
The character made up for the character?
Yes, that was my theory.
That he made up the
he did. That's why I never specified a magazine, was to make up.
Now I'm understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I read into it.
That makes sense.
And I made a 2-hour-long video essay on that one line.
I should have watched it.
I looked at the phonetics of it,
The phonetics?
What the fuck is it called? Like the parts of each word.
The phonetics?
The phonetics, yeah.
Wow, the phonetics.
The phonetics. The aristocrats, ladies and gentlemen. I like how I'm making fun of Tim Heidecker's character for stuttering and not getting the fucking joke right. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm literally Tim Heidecker right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm guys.
We are. That's the other thing. We are Tim Heidecker.
Guys, don't you just hate it when
women.
What the fuck? Fuck, no more bullshit, Sarah.
No more bullshit.
Sarah.
Wife came home with no salt chips. Fuck you. No more bullshit. All right, so that's Tim Heidecker.
That's Tim Heidecker, ladies and gentlemen. Go watch
it. Get ready. Strap in.
Strap in for Bo Burnham.
Inside.
I was excited for the special.
Me too.
Since the trailer came out like 2 months ago.
Oh, not me. I didn't know that this was gonna come.
I knew it was gonna come.
I wasn't a huge Bo Burnham fan.
I liked pretty big Bo Burnham fan. Yeah,
yeah. Like I saw him live. See him? Yeah.
I think I saw Make Happy live.
Yeah,
that was the one I saw live. Back in high school.
Yeah,
crazy. I feel old as shit right now.
Yeah,
you know, else feels old as shit. Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham. Yeah.
Ironically, we are in the same boat, viewer and artist.
True. That is very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had no clue the shit was coming out, and then everybody was like, "Oh my god, Bo Burnham gave me an existential crisis."
Yeah, I think I forgot that Bo Burnham had the special, and I started seeing people talk about it on either TikTok or Twitter, one of the two.
I think it was Twitter for me.
I think it was TikTok for me. I want to say it was TikTok because I think I saw a video about like, so Bo Burnham's video special just came out, and I think I was pissing and I stopped pissing and ran to the computer.
So is this your version of the hot chick for me when I was pooping and I had to stop the TikTok? So, I mean, can I tell the story real quick?
Yeah, tell the story real quick.
Okay,
yeah.
So I was on TikTok and I'm pansexual, happy pride. And I was on TikTok and I was scrolling Kinky. And this cute girl on TikTok was like, "Hey, welcome to my series where I get dressed and I say nice things to you." And I was like, kind of just like,
forgot
brain
about
dead,
this.
And I was just watching it and I was like, okay, whatever. And I'm literally shitting at this point. And in the next, I'm thinking she's gonna show me her dress and then she's gonna show me her with the dress on, because that's usually like the outfit of the day, whatever girly shit it is. That didn't happen. And the next moment she was almost naked and in her underwear, physically putting on a dress, and I had to stop the recording because I was so ashamed that I was in the presence of this beautiful woman while shitting, and I was like, "This is not okay. I can't just shit." With the I can't just.
I would have kept going.
This is fucking ridiculous. I was like, I gotta clean up. I gotta get ready to watch a TikTok.
Simp.
Yeah.
Fucking simp, bro.
This is how TikTok made me gay. TikTok is making your kids gay, guys.
You hear that, conservative America?
Yeah. China is making your kids gay. Chinese government is using TikTok to make your kids gay. That's why they send all the frogs. Alex Jones was right. They're making the frogs gay. The gay frogs. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Frog TikTok is both the opener and the end-all be-all of gay TikTok.
Damn.
So that was your version.
We should put trade tariffs on China then. Yeah, you're right. This is now our political podcast about how we talk.
Let's move on. I'm actually Q. I'm coming out. I'm Q. But no, so
you're coming out as Pan and Q?
Yeah.
Pan Q?
I'm the Q in LGBTQ. That's where he's been hiding this whole time.
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ anon. SNL, there's a sketch for you. LGBTQ
there you go, SNL. You're welcome. Beck Bennett.
You make
the
LGBT. They're all just giant letters.
Yeah.
And then Q is just like the China's making turning our frogs gay.
I could write for SNL, everybody.
That would be funny as fuck, and it would be a Kyle Mooney sketch, and it would be cut for time.
For time, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Give them their own show.
Give them their own show. They're fucking great.
Do it, America. Brits would have done it already. You thought leaving them would help you? Apparently not.
Apparently not. Not for comedy.
But yeah, speaking of Brits, Bo Burnham is not
so
British.
Your pissing thing was the same as my shitting thing, except instead of a beautiful woman, you were looking at Bo Burnham's new special.
Yes.
All right.
As a true artiste.
As a true artiste.
So yeah, no, I watched it. I think initially I had very mixed feelings. I knew I liked it. I knew that I enjoyed it. It was very much like surprising.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to describe how I felt about it, especially after I think we can both agree the midway point is when things have it. There's this very specific turn that we'll get to.
Uncomfortable at times.
Yeah, that is.
At the beginning, I was very uncomfortable. But in a good way, like not like a oh fuck.
Yeah, if before we get into like big spoilers, I want to give credit where credit's due and give all my compliments that are very vague. The cinematography is great. Every shot we were watching, we scrolled through it through Netflix.
Every shot has a deep meaning.
Every shot has a deep meaning. The very vibrant color palette that's mixed and like matched everywhere. The framing of things, the fucking the writing, the music, everything is borderline perfect. I can't even. I mean,
I would say perfect. Honestly, I have no qualms calling it perfect.
Yeah,
like I think it's a piece of high art.
This is his magnum opus.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to say that because honestly, I don't want him to see this and be like, "That's my magnum opus," because I can tell that that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's very.
I'm sure he likes it, but he seems like the perfectionist type. He can,
I mean, do better than.
No,
you can't win in this scenario.
Perfect, dude.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's perfect.
Like
it's so well made.
Something like I called it. I said that he broke his back painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, which I think is maybe the most apt metaphor for this.
Yeah,
because his pain is very much a part of the art that he's made. Yeah.
Every emotion that you could have, making a special like this is shown.
Yeah.
There's a certain point where I couldn't tell what was real and fake.
Yes.
Which is, again, the Tim Heidecker faking out the audience, trying to figure out.
Right. It's kind of the similarity.
There's a similarity there. It's there's not a dud in any of it.
No.
And Sarah has talked multiple times about how you want the songs on Spotify.
I do.
Which,
I want them.
honestly, I honestly think that these are all.
They're all like catchy pop songs that could be on the radio right now.
And that's not a bit. That's
not a
honestly
bit. The melody wise, musically, that it was all made by one man is like.
There's a range of the songs too. Like they're all very different genres. I definitely see connections to some of his older songs.
Yeah.
In very specific ways.
He totally writes in a very specific style.
Yeah. Like there's definitely callbacks to other songs that he has written. It's very much. It feels like. I want to watch all the other specials he's made and make those connections because I feel like it's very cylindrical. If we're gonna look at if we're gonna look at like,
circular,
circular, or whatever.
Cyclical.
It's 3-dimensional.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we were to look at the harm in the story circle, I wouldn't. This is the paying a heavy price for turning changed. Probably. Yeah.
I mean, well, I think it has that in it itself,
No, for sure. Even in the
it's a story circle within a story circle.
Within a story circle, yeah, I get it.
It's definitely like that.
It's and it's meta without having its head up its ass.
Well, it's meta with a point
purpose,
to it, which is to show you how Bo talks to himself.
Yeah, Yeah,
that's the sort
and
of
show
thing.
his mental process.
Creation.
Yeah.
And I mean, I presume his daily life, which is my theory as to why he's creating this special in the first place, is, he wanted to make the special. I think he wanted to make the special before.
He wanted to make the special before COVID happened, and then COVID happened.
And then was like, I'm going to do it anyway.
And then saw the consequences of doing it.
And the consequences of the world declining.
And the consequence, and
realizing there's nothing really to joke about at this time.
Yeah, making a comedy special in literally the worst time imaginable.
Which, I think we can relate to that because we had a fucking break because it was like,
what the fuck do we do?
What can we talk about?
Yeah.
There was nothing to do.
Yeah, for at least a good 2 or 3 months, there was just like, what the fuck, you know?
What I'm going to talk about, you know,
1,000 more people dying today.
Yeah, I can't do that. You know?
Which it's very relatable, and I think every artist can find something here in the special.
Yeah, I mean, I think every person, you know, there's a lot of people out there who haven't processed the trauma of the pandemic yet, because I haven't. I don't know if you have.
I have no trauma from this.
Everybody has trauma from this pandemic. We were all group traumatized together.
Yeah.
You know, we thought that. Remember when we thought that going outside would literally kill us?
Yeah, true.
Like, I thought the world was gonna end.
I remember being panicked before. I say this all the fucking time. I was panicked before the pandemic because it seemed pretty obvious that it was going to hit the fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it did. You know. But like, I don't think any of us ever really saw this happening the way it did.
No, we thought.
I think we all had
the government would have a handle on it,
which it didn't.
No,
because we had an incompetent president. And now we have a slightly less incompetent.
Yeah, I think I mean, and Bo is obviously left leaning. He put in some, like, you know,
this is a very leftist special.
Yeah, he talks about like the means of production and shit, which is a meme, you know, at this point.
Which is very the more I think about it, I think that's a very in the context of all his other specials, which is how I've originally watched it, and I still kind of interpret it as, which makes sense too, because he references his older work.
Yeah,
especially I think it's literally his first video is included in the special.
Yeah,
very much so. I think in the context of the work, it makes sense that there's a pretty straight line to left-leaning like ideologies, even if like it wasn't like intentional from whatever he was saying, you know,
right?
Or it wasn't like right in your face.
Yeah.
Bo makes a point about how he said problematic shit and how he's talked about problematic shit.
Yeah.
Which, like, fair, but I think when you look at the entirety work of his as a whole, very progressive.
Yeah.
In a very edgy way.
It's sort of like our shit where we will sometimes say not couth stuff, but it's.
I literally said I hate women during this.
Yeah, that's obviously a joke because, I mean, I hope.
I love you, Sarah.
I hope.
I like women. Saying that I hate women implies I'm gay, and I'm not ready to say it.
Josh is in the closet. It's okay.
Josh is in the deepest closet.
It's okay, Josh.
Of his mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
I don't know either. But fucking, you know.
Cut to this clip 2 years from now.
Right. Like, yeah. Like, yeah, but we joke about that shit all the time because, you know, we both grew up on people like Bo Burnham and Louis
C.K.
Edgy fucking people who were making fun of shittiness.
Yeah.
Even
though ironically Louis C.K. was a shitty person.
Yeah.
I think I definitely have that internet iDubbbz Filthy Frank vibe.
You know.
Which, you know, then Bo Burnham came from the internet. He was one of the, ironically, a pioneer of YouTube. And ironically, he's now not atoning for it, but realizing it, at least within a special.
Realizing the effects that it's had on his life.
Which is interesting now that I think about it, because this is the first time since he got off of YouTube that he's made a digital piece of content that isn't a stage performance.
That's also what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah,
that was the first thing I thought of when I first watched it.
He left the internet
to go back to making YouTube videos.
No, yeah, he left the internet to go make live stage, and then now live stage stopped being, so he went back to the internet.
Yeah.
Saw what happened, and now feels like, oh shit, did I have a hand in this?
Yeah.
Especially since early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually that's actually an angle that I didn't even think of watching that, yeah.
That's what I thought the first time around was kind of internet bad, you know? Kind of that angle, but I don't think it's just that. I
think it's a very complex. His relationship is definitely complex with the internet because
he needs it.
Yeah, he needs it, but he hates it because of what it is.
Yeah.
Should we just say spoilers?
Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers from here on out. Because,
pretty much for the rest of the episode. Because
I think we've said all. Recommended. Go watch.
Yeah, go watch it. Both of these.
Yeah.
Specials, but yeah. So, I mean, this is the thing that I noticed only this time around, which is when he enters and when he exits.
It's the same shot.
Yeah.
Or at least the same shot composition, even though he's clearly age. I think I've said that like he had the idea of how it starts and ends from the beginning, but how it ends I think changed as the pandemic continued and as his special continued.
Yeah,
because he filmed the special well over a year, I think.
Yeah,
I actually want to see, because I think that he would have had it finished by the time the trailer came out, because that would have been the only time that Netflix would be like, okay, we know that we're gonna have this thing.
Yeah,
I should have looked that up, but I know he started the special process.
Yeah.
In March of 2020, which is when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And then he turns 30.
Which is 6 months later.
6 months later. And then 6 months later, he says it's been a year.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming 1 or 2 more months.
He's like, I'm done.
Yeah. And I don't know how we already cut to the ending. But yeah, the shots are...
Well, because the beginning and the ending are similar.
Are the same, pretty much. Or not the same, but they're...
And I didn't notice this before, but it's, you know, in the first viewing, I thought it was, okay, so he does all this stuff in his room, and then he sets up, you know, the room to be like the beginning, and he leaves. But no, I don't think that anymore. I think it's he goes and he sits into his room to think creatively about the special, makes it, and the special takes place within the special inside of his mind.
Yeah. Which I can understand that. Because
creatively, I can understand how metaphorically that could be like all of his shit is around and his mind is cluttered and his, you know, his mental state is about like the internet has affected his mental state to just be like everything all the time. You know, I think that's one of the bigger themes. And it's just he wants a purpose again.
Yeah, he wants something specific. He doesn't want the generalization of everything, you know?
Yeah.
And he's
and how do you find life's meaning in that?
Yeah, and how do you find meaning in life versus how do you differentiate the real life from the digital?
Yeah, and which goes into him turning 30 because he thinks that he's going to be irrelevant. When eventually we're all going to be irrelevant, you know?
And we're all going to be dead, so.
But if his purpose is making people happy by being on stage and having a good show for people in comedy, then, and it's stripped away from him because of this pandemic, he's like, what the fuck, I'm gonna be irrelevant.
Yeah.
So like all the themes kind of tie into each other.
Yeah, and the reason why there's a very love-hate relationship with the internet / the audience.
Yes.
There's a very well, I guess I didn't think about this too much because I'm stupid.
You're not stupid.
I know, but what is it? The internet and the audience are kind of interchanged within the special this time because he can't see the audience themselves. It's literally there's a disconnect that he mentions from the beginning.
Yeah.
Of how it's between me and the camera, you and the screen.
Yes.
There's a layer of missing.
He can't see you. He can't see how happy you are.
And he can't hear the laughter.
So he doesn't know that he's doing a good job.
And he won't know until it's done.
Yeah.
But in order to get through to being done, you have to work towards it and just pray to God that what you're doing is right.
But Bo is also a perfectionist and a workaholic at this point because he's clinging on to just making the special as being his normalcy in this quarantine.
Which is ironic because if he ends the special, he doesn't have normalcy anymore.
So at one point he says, I'm not going to end the special. I'm going to work on it forever.
And then fuck you.
And fuck you. And then he goes into the Jeffrey Bezos part, which is so crazy. Yeah. He's making fun of himself, which is a callback to a previous joke in the special about Jeffrey Bezos.
Yeah, because I think this is around a time where he's seeing the incoming, because he jokes about like being the white guy that knows about income inequality and systemic oppression and then a bunch of other stuff is what he says, you know.
Yeah.
But he does know about this type of shit.
Yeah.
And he's kept an eye on Jeffrey Bezos because he's the richest one.
Yeah.
And he's the only real winner of the pandemic because his net worth went up $24 billion.
Right.
And I think he saw that and then made fun of himself and then made fun of Jeff Bezos because he did it. He killed the competition.
Yeah.
in this society.
He fucks their wives and drank their blood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. By dunking on them so hard, by relying on fast delivery, which breaks the back of Amazon workers because there's a pandemic and people can't go outside, so they need everything delivered.
Exactly, yeah. It's very...
Which is just, it's hell world, basically, but...
It's a hell world, yeah. It's 100%.
Bo Burnham, the way that he deals with that is by going into his shed and playing on his keyboard. And I think doing that without an audience there to be like, that's really good, shows to him. And the interesting part about this was everybody was freaking out. When I first saw it, I was like, yeah, nobody else does this. I was like, what? And because this is just, to me, like musician stuff. You know, like anxiety and depression is so deeply woven into musicianship. Especially when you're like trying to be like a really high quality, you know, you want to be a professional, you get anxiety.
Yeah.
Throughout your life. If you're 20 something and you're like high on your britches, high on your horses, and you're just like, I'm the best saxophone player out there. You know, when you turn 30 or when you turn 45, you're going to be like, am I though? Like everybody does that. Every single person does that. I've seen people have these types of panic attacks. I've had these types of panic attacks. I've done that shit. You know, I saw this and I was like, yes, this is just classical music school.
Well, good for you, Sarah.
No, it's bad. It's bad. Don't say good for you when somebody says, yeah, I had a panic attack.
Sarah had a
you little spit. No more bullshit. Oh. I'm sorry for you. I'm tired of your bullshit.
Meds.
I'm tired of your bullshit.
But yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. But that was the first time around.
Yeah.
Was that I get that. I understand that now.
That's the first thing. And I didn't, so then because of that, I didn't really understand the existential parts of it. Which is funny because he's literally saying,
which is what when I focus on the existentialism of it.
I was focused on the mental health part of it because I was like, yeah.
When in reality, it's all of it.
Same, boy.
It's literally everything.
It's all of it, all the time.
All the time, yeah. And it's
just perfect. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because like, okay, like the special is really 2 40-minute short films.
Yeah.
One of which is very traditional digital media comedy shorts.
Yeah, like
your digital sketch. Yeah. And then the other one is a movie with shorts about how 6 months of a pandemic when you're not mentally well affects you.
Yeah. And I think in the beginning parts of it, which I think this is one of the more genius parts, it's the shorts, but they're interlaced with little moments of the existentialist.
Yeah,
mental health parts.
Because Bo Burnham has always had a very existential mental health
and it's like,
to it.
Okay,
this is how he's going to try and interweave it. But as the pandemic goes on, the special needs change.
He had less stuff to joke about and write.
So he had to switch gears, and that became what it was. Which
but then he flips over to the mental health part, in the second half.
Yeah,
and then he interlaces it with little comedy sketches.
Yeah,
that's when it becomes. You know what? Here's a joke. But you realize Bo Burnham is like deeply, deeply mentally unwell.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if nothing else, completely depressed,
completely anxious, and just can't go outside. Agoraphobic.
Yeah, it's beautifully like represented. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, and it's very like intimate,
Yeah, I've never thought of Bo Burnham in this way before, because now, especially watching this a second time, I always thought like, oh, that kid's so fucking good at piano. Fuck, man, fuck that kid. Like, fuck, dude, this kid's so fucking funny, so good at piano.
But no,
fuck
when you see this, it's like
I'm realizing today that kid was probably heavily depressed and suicidal.
For a good amount of time.
Most of his life, I think. And has finally worked on his mental health, and the pandemic took that away from him. Yeah. Because he literally talks about how he wanted to get back into doing stand-up comedy. Yeah. The reason why he left in the first place was getting panic attacks. Yeah. On stage. Yeah. And he jokes about, well, that's not a good place to have panic attacks.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
then immediately like just a pandemic came and fucked it over.
Just fucked it all up.
And I think if he didn't have the special, I actually don't know if it would have been better or worse.
I have no clue. I think
it would have been slightly better only because
he didn't have the.
he wouldn't be forced to or be forcing himself to work and make jokes.
Yeah.
I think he wouldn't have to think about an audience in the first place that gives him the laughter and the joy and laughter.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
He wouldn't have had to sit and think on this, but I think he might have anyway. I don't really.
Oh, I think he would have. Yeah. I think he would have had less stress thinking about it.
He just wouldn't have had to. You know.
Yeah.
He might have, but he wouldn't have to.
It wouldn't have been forced.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he would be. I think in that case, if he didn't have a special, and I think this is also why he continued with the special, because I'm sure there must have been something in Netflix's shit where it's like, oh, pandemic, you can't make the special now because, you know.
Yeah, I think once you have a deal with Netflix, it's probably a pain in the ass to get out of that deal.
I mean, a pandemic would probably end it. That's what I'm saying. I bet. Fuck.
It would delay it.
You know, it would just delay it.
It would just delay it.
Instead of delaying it, he decided to work on it.
Which, I mean, is an amicable goal. I get it.
Yeah.
Fuck, like.
But what I'm saying is, like, he decided to do the special instead of not do the special, because if he didn't do the special, he would have to sit
and do nothing. Yeah.
With himself and do nothing.
And he was afraid of that.
His own mind and find peace. Like so many other people have had to do during this pandemic.
Yeah.
Sitting at home and, like, you know, trying to, he skipped through all that because he put himself into a creative project.
Yeah, and the whole purpose why he took this creative project was that distraction, that element of not
ironically, if he did sit with himself, I think his mental health would have improved, because I mean that's what I've been doing. I'm not gonna lie, you know, you get to a point where you realize, oh, shit, if I don't garden, I'm gonna kill myself. I got a garden, so I have a garden.
Yeah,
because
I get that,
I'm not gonna kill myself.
Yeah,
but my mental health is going to get to that point where I'm gonna fucking kill myself. And I think this is Bo Burnham's garden.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know what else to say right now. Honestly,
it's just fucking great, man.
It's great. I think the themes of it are beautiful, and the only thing I hate about it is that my parents wouldn't like it.
You think they wouldn't like it? I think your mom might, because of the mental health aspect.
I actually don't know. I think she would just be like, "Oh, this fucking kid."
So funny.
Probably. I don't know. I think it's perfect for the Gen Z generation.
Yeah.
And I think he knows that he speaks to like the people younger than him more.
Yeah.
And that's why he talks about how Gen Z, well, hey, your phone's gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're trying to say I'm out of touch.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, maybe
Gen Z.
Yeah, I really
This is maybe the best Gen Z diss track I've ever seen.
And honestly, fucking I get it.
Yeah,
I totally hate every generation.
Yeah,
but also fuck boomers. Bo, don't defend boomers.
Yeah, Bo, don't say that.
Boomers own 68% of America's wealth.
He knows that. I assume he knows everything. He's a smart boy. He knew words I didn't know.
Oh yeah, we had to look up, what was it, agriprop or something?
Agriprop. I don't fucking know what that is. That motherfucker reads books, probably.
He does.
I don't even read books. Yeah. Shit. Fuck.
But yeah, It's very there's a lot of it's very great. I honestly, I think beyond talking about the themes, I don't really want to spoil much because
it's just, you need to go watch it.
You need to go watch it. It's very
depressing.
It's very depressing.
It's very serious for a comedy special.
It's a movie.
It's basically
the fact that we're calling it a comedy special is really fucking dishonest.
But it is
a comedy special.
What else do you call it? There's comedy in it.
And it's a special. Yeah. It's a very special moment in history. I really...
It's a comedy special I don't think I laughed at that much.
But
I am gripped by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a testament to Bo's directing ability and stage presence. And his ability to weave both of them. I love the fact that like he used stage lighting as opposed to just film lighting and video lighting.
Yeah,
he used both and he blended both because he's used to both of them. So
yeah, absolutely.
And
he
I think
used what he knew.
That's it's ingenious when you think about it.
Yeah,
blend them both. It's the same fucking thing. I'm assuming there's been projects that have done that, but this is like the first time in a while I've really seen like a laser light show in a film. You know,
in a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you know, and I think that's great. There's a lot of this where you can't really tell if he did that on purpose or if it was a mistake or if it was, you know, blah, blah, blah.
It's very, there's a lot of moments where you can't tell if he's acting or being real.
Yeah.
Or how much of it. Because like, you know, I mean, I know that like when you make a video, you got to set up lights. You got to set up fucking, you know.
Yeah.
Like he didn't just stay inside that room for a year straight.
Right.
I know he set up one light out there for that fucking, not the sexy one, the FaceTime with my mom one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he set up a light outside the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he had to do the...
Yeah, he had to do the light beam coming in, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean,
he probably
didn't... Yeah.
You fucking liar, you went outside, bitch. Should have called it inside and outside. And
inside
ruined
out.
the metaphor of the show.
Inside out.
Inside out. Disney, Bo Burnham's Inside Out. God. I would watch that.
I would so watch that.
I would watch that.
Yeah, if Bo Burnham does like the musical version of Inside Out.
And it's rated R, I would watch the fuck out of that.
Fucking little sad.
If you performed it live, I would do it.
It's just like walking around. It's like, I'm going to kill myself. And then Bo Burnham's like, don't.
Oh yeah, this special literally has the suicide hotline at the end of it.
Because
so
it's
really dark.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you are having actual thoughts of suicide, please get help.
Yeah,
call them. They will help you. It's good.
Absolutely.
For the love of fucking God, please.
I know some people have had some weird experiences on the suicidal hotline. Sometimes they're not awesome, but
sometimes they're wacky.
Well, no. So it will always feel better to text them because sometimes they'll frustrate you so hard that you'll be like, fuck you, I'm living. I've read that.
Really?
Yeah, those experiences. Some people will like text the suicidal hotline. They'll be like, why can't you just move out? And then they'll be like, shut the fuck up, bitch. And then they'll exit and they'll just get mad instead of sad.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And they'll be like, fuck you. But the person on the other line thinks that they're helping. Like,
sometimes you gotta punch someone in the face to wake them up.
Most of the time, you just gotta talk to somebody about your shit. When
of
you're
course.
Sad like that. It does
Mental health
suck.
is important. Is the point right now?
Yeah. Or most of the time, you also have a chemical imbalance in your fucking brain, and it's not your fault. And if you were to kill yourself, it'd be a damn shame.
Exactly.
Because that can always be fucking, helped.
Yeah.
And your life can change in whatever ways that you don't know. So yeah, don't kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Fuck, dude.
Fuck. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I have nothing else to say because I don't want to spoil it.
Fucking kill himself.
I hope Bo Burnham is happy.
I want to be happy, man. He reminded me so much of Robin Williams, which made me really sad.
Oh shit, I get it.
Because he was very he showed off a lot of his wacky side.
Oh yeah, he did for sure. There's a very he blends the seriousness and wackiness very well. But it's it is still depressing. He's still depressed, and I really do hope that he gets help.
Yeah, well, that's I guess why it reminded me of Robin Williams, because at one point he did look kind of like Robin Williams with the beard and the hair.
Kind of, yeah.
And he was doing some wacky shit, like he was running around he did some weird running around his house or something, and I was just like, this guy can't kill himself. I would be really sad. I would be so sad, man.
I feel you.
But I just hope that he gets meds or therapy, or he gets his meds changed and gets different therapy, because whatever it is right now is not working. This poor guy.
No, it is working because we got a great fucking special.
Then we're just back to the fucking Sabrina tweet where all my friends on medication are boring now.
God, no. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Don't say that, people on medication.
Yeah, right.
Trash.
Jesus.
Trash being.
I gotta pee. I drank 32 ounces of water.
We're gonna go.
We're gonna go. Sarah, what do you want to plug today?
Suicide Hotline, don't kill yourself.
Suicide Hotline, do not kill yourself. But also Joshua Chinland on Twitter and the Guiding Team JC on Twitter. Gotta plug it. Gotta plug it.
Okay, if you're suicidal, you can follow me on Twitter at Squinton271, SQUINTON271, and you can DM me, and I'll talk to you about your problems.
Yeah. I'll do it in public. I don't want people in my fucking DMs.
What's wrong with people in your DMs?
It's too private.
Too private?
Down in the DMs? No.
I mean,
YouTube Joshua Chinland
down. They want to kill themselves, Josh.
APWSTR on those.
I just want to talk about stuff.
Just look up a podcast to save this relationship. Yeah.
Jesus.
If you're feeling suicidal, watch our podcast.
My DMs. If you're feeling suicidal, get the fuck out of my DMs.
And tweet me publicly on a burner account.
They probably don't want to do that.
I said on a burner account. Just type a bunch of letters in.
But then anybody can see them and make fun of them for whatever they're going through.
And I'll tell those people to kill themselves. Because that's
it, everybody. It's done.
Good night.
Good night.
We gotta do an outro.
That was the outro.
That was the outro. Oh well, this is now the outro.
Never mind. This is the second outro.
Don't actually kill yourself.
Please don't kill yourself.
Please talk to either one of us. DM us. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games here.
Yeah.
Not the suicide. The podcast.
Of course not the suicide.